Hello and welcome to the channel. Gordon here of G17 Collectibles. So this is a continuation video. It's the Fanhome Build Your Own Robocop. This is issues 15, 16, 17 and 18. So I have the magazines and parts laid out here. So let's take a look at each one individually and then we will start building. So issue 15. We'll just take a look at the magazine. We are going to be doing some left foot parts. And here is the parts here. So that looks like a nice metal part. And the base of the front sole with the toes. So that's one part we need to build. We'll take a look at issue 16. And parts involved in that one. We now have another leg part. I think it's a thigh. Nope. Wrong. Left lower leg. Fantastic. So that's part 16. We then have part 17 and the very small parts we have for 17. 17 looks like it's the left leg support, the pistons for the left leg. And we've got 18 and the parts for those 18 is going to be the left knee joint. Okay, fantastic. That's all the parts for this month's delivery. As I said, issues 15 to 18, so let's get building. Okay, part 15. Let's get this opened up. So we have two pieces in this part. A few screws. What we intend to build here is the left foot. So I've got all the parts present. We need to get the left foot that we built from previous stages and screw the sole plate in. So here's the left foot that we had constructed in previous parts. And what we need to do is get that sole plate screwed in. So we're going to use the CM screws, and there's 5 screws to put in here. Get that orientated in there. Put the first screw in. And tighten. Second screw. Tightened. There we are. Nice and easy, 5 screws. Then we're just going to do the front sole plate here. And it is 2 screws. 2 screws, nice and flush. Both parts are metal, so we now have an almost complete, well, not almost, it is complete, fully metal left foot. So we're now on to pack 16, and pack 16 is the left lower leg, which looks like a nice big part there. We also need the left foot, which we've just done some work to, and we're going to put all these parts, so we'll get this out of the bag and get the parts laid out. So here's all my parts. I have a metal black bracket, a small black spring, a little metal toothed washer type cog, and some FM screws and some RM screws. So the first action is to take my left foot, orientate the toothed washer in there, and then place the spring on top of that, and then take this metal bracket and fit that over the top. So what I'll do is I'll get a screw out just now. Ready. I'm a bit behind on videos at the moment. I've had these packs for quite some time now, and in the meantime I've actually had the next set of packs delivered, and the next set of packs after that are now on their way. They have been shipped. So I'm trying my best to catch up. So there'll be quite a fair few videos coming out on the Robocop build series over the next week. As soon as I finish packs 15 to 18, I'm going to now film the packs 19, 20, 21 and 22, and hopefully beginning of next week I'll have the next 4 issues, and I'll do them next week as well. So it's something to look out for. So I'm going to take this metal bracket, that then places over the spring and toothed cog. What do they call that? They call it the ankle joint washer. Ankle joint washer. So I'm literally just screwing this screw into the black bracket. Now there is a bit of a locating lug on there. Am I supposed to tighten this all the way up? So it says, place the ankle joint support over the post and over the washer and the spring. Should fit into the corresponding recess in the ankle joint support, which is there. I don't know if that's clear, but that washer seems to fit in there. Finally, tighten an RM screw to put the whole assembly together. So I think we're going metal into metal here. I'm obviously having to tighten it quite a lot to compress that spring. So that's nice and tight now. Maybe a wee teeny bit of play in it, but I can't really tighten it anymore. So I'm going to call that stage done. When we turn it over, it says check that the ankle joint support can rotate a few degrees back and forth, which mine cannot. Have I tightened that too much perhaps? Probably. So just give it a wee loosen. Yep. Still not getting it. Yep, it's starting to click in now. Okay. Yep, so I'm starting to get some clicked movement on that now, although it's a wee bit looser than I would like. Okay, and then we're going to just screw the leg piece into there. Okay, and the next step is saying take the calf pleased to report that's an all metal piece. And we are going to take that calf attach that into the leg like so. So there is two kind of locating raised pins or lugs there, which correspond to the holes that are in that ankle joint support. And what we need to do is layer and locate that over, and taking an FM screw, we're going to secure that oh, these screws are so fiddly sometimes. Trying to hold a part, trying to hold something at the same time as putting a screw. Right, okay, so there we go. Still a little bit on the loose side. See if I can tighten that one up a bit more and tighten this one up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so that's maybe just a touch more, tighten that. Yeah, okay. So I've put this screw into this metal bracket. As you can see, that is that stage complete. Okay, issue 17 is the left leg support. So this is all the parts for the left leg support. What we need first of all is this part 17C, which is the upper rod clamp, and 17B, which is the support rod. And we're simply going to take this part, orientate it that way, and thread the rod through. Now, in the stage 2, we need this component here, which is 17A, the lower rod clamp. And push the rod through, orientate this way now, and I'm going to thread that rod clamp, which is, again, there's no particular way to do this, so that's fine. And then an AM screw into the top of this piece, and into the rod, and this is where you need a third hand. Let's see if I can get that connected in. Oh my god, this is fiddly. Nowhere near as fiddly as the hands were, but nonetheless, still fiddly. See if I can do it that way. Hold the screw and twist the rod. That seems to be the way to do it. Okay. Good show. All right. Turn the page over and we now take 17E and 17F, which are these two parts here, which actually they've sent me two 17Es. So they're shipping two parts, two black parts here. That's 17E and that's 17E, they're the same part. I'm missing 17F. And I don't believe it's in the package. So we need to halt stage 17 right now, and I need to get in touch with Fanhome and tell them that I'm missing 17F, which is really unfortunate because I can't go much further with this stage until it's been solved. So, brilliant. Well done, Fanhome. I'm sure these mistakes will happen, but it's very frustrating when they do. Okay, on to the next stage. Okay, so issue 18 is the left knee joint. So we've got many parts and screws to this. So we're going to take 18B, which is the lower part of the knee joint, which I believe is, yeah, this part here. So we're going to take that. We're going to take this nut, this bracket, 2 SP screws, and it's this part. It's hard to read all this upside down. So we're going to take this part, we're going to put this bracket, the nut in first. I'm sure I've already done one of these, but God knows if I can remember how I did it or when I did it. Take this bracket, and that bracket's just going to layer over 2 small holes there. There's no orientation to this bracket, I don't think. It can go either way up. But there's no front side and no back side. I think it's the same on both. And then we're going to take these little miniature screws, and look how small that screw is. Which is an SP screw. There's something I realised. You've got screws that end in P and screws that end in M. Only occurred to me that a screw ending in M goes into metal and a P goes into plastic very recently. It just seems quite obvious once you realise it. So try and get that screw in to that hole. Not tighten it just yet, because I want to be able to get the other screw in before I tighten. Get that lined up. There we go. Don't need to over tighten this because it is getting into plastic. So you'll either strip the plastic component, or you'll snap it. So that's fine. I think that wee bracket just literally holds that nut in place. Okay, now that we've done that, we are looking to take the other part, which is 18A, because this one's B. We want to take 18A, and we want to take the spring, which is 18D, and thread that over that spindle. We then want to take this toothed bracket or gear kind of part, which is called the joint gear, and we want to layer that like so. Now I think that orientates, if you can see there is a kind of recess. It looks like this part recesses in there. It gives you a snug fit, and it means the tooth gear will not move inside that plastic housing. So once we've done that, let's turn the page. We are then going to take this chunky metal part and orientate that on top, so you can see there's a toothed section on there, and obviously that snugly fits in, and the teeth will allow us some friction based clicking support, so you can get the knee joint to pose in different angles. So we're going to take that piece. We're then going to take the piece we had already done, which was the B section, and marry those two up. If we can. Okay, thought to myself there, that's not quite going together, but what was happening was, because this is spring loaded, there's a spring underneath here, you need to compress the spring to get these two parts to go together. So a bit of pressure applied here and those two parts will fit. Okay, once we've done that, we need to take some BP screws, 2 of, and try and get them through these holes here. So it's this one, and again it's going into plastic, so can't be too careful to over tighten. That's one in. And the next one in here. That's good. No gap in the seam on either side. Then this step here suggests that we take this screw, turn it over because the nut's on this side, so we turn that over, which matches the picture, which is great, and we're going to thread that through to marry up with the nut on the other side, hopefully. Push it through and then tighten that up. So you see that coming through the other side, which it does. Get that to a reasonably tightened position, and then it asks us to check that the joint moves freely, which it doesn't. Oh, it does. You just have to give it a bit of force. So that is issue 18 done, and the end of this series. So thanks very much for checking it out. I'm going to go off and do the filming now for the next 4 issues. So tune into that one. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.